Welcome back to our channel Rare Coins Hub. Today, we've got something special for you, the United Kingdom 2 shilling coin from 1954. You won't want to miss the details on this coin, as it's packed with history, design intrigue, and of course, value. Stick around until the end, where we'll reveal just how much this coin could be worth today, and trust me, you'll want to know this. Before we dive into the coin itself, let's set the stage for 1954. This was a period of recovery and rebuilding for the United Kingdom following World War II. The shilling had been a part of British coinage for hundreds of years by this point, being introduced as early as the 16th century. It was a key piece of currency, valued at 1/20th of a pound sterling. The 2 shilling coin, also known as a florin, had been introduced back in 1849 as part of an effort to move the UK toward a decimalised currency system, which wouldn't fully come to fruition until 1971. By 1954, the 2 shilling coin was a well-established part of everyday British life, being used for decades in transactions across the country. Now, let's talk about the design of this coin. The obverse, or front, of the 1954 2 shilling coin features a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, who had ascended to the throne just a couple of years prior in 1952. Her young, regal profile, designed by Mary Gillick, reflects the hope and optimism of a post-war United Kingdom. This portrait would become iconic, as it was used on British coins for many years. On the reverse, you'll find a stunningly detailed Tudor rose at the centre, which symbolizes both England and unity. Around it, you'll see the thistle of Scotland, the leek of Wales, and the shamrock of Ireland, all of which are important symbols of the countries that make up the United Kingdom. The words "Fid Def" are inscribed, short for Fidei Defensor, which translates to Defender of the Faith, a title given to British monarchs. What makes the 1954 2 shilling coin even more interesting is that it's part of a smaller mintage run compared to other years. Post-war austerity and economic recovery meant that fewer coins were produced during this time, which naturally makes surviving examples more valuable to collectors today. There are some variants of this coin as well, which include slight changes in minting errors or strike quality. These types of variants are always sought after by collectors, as they can raise the value of the coin considerably. When it comes to valuing coins, rarity and condition are two major factors, and this 1954 2 shilling is no different. Coins that have been well preserved, perhaps sitting in a collection or stored away in pristine condition, are far more valuable than those that were heavily circulated. Look for coins that have minimal wear, no scratches, and strong, clear designs on both sides. If your 2 shilling coin is in near mint condition, you may be in possession of something very special. The demand for 1954 2 shilling coins has grown over the years, particularly among collectors of British pre-decimal currency. These coins are a part of British history, and their unique design and lower mintage make them highly collectible. With the rise of online auction sites and coin trading platforms, it's easier than ever to find buyers willing to pay top dollar for these coins, especially if they are in excellent condition. Depending on factors like mint condition, rarity, and any unique features, the price can vary, but we're talking serious money here. And now, for the moment you've been waiting for, just how much could a United Kingdom 2 shilling coin from 1954 be worth today? Well, if your coin is in near mint or uncirculated condition, you could be looking at a value of up to $142,000. Yes, you heard that right. Collectors are willing to pay premium prices for coins that are in exceptional shape and hold historical significance like this one. So, if you have a 1954 2 shilling coin tucked away in a drawer or collection box, it might just be time to dig it out and take a closer look. You could be sitting on a small fortune. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. The second coin of this video is also from United Kingdom half-crown coin from 1960. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your numismatic journey, you'll want to stick around because this coin not only carries historical significance but could be worth a substantial amount today. Let's get right into it. The half-crown was a prominent part of British currency for centuries, with its origins dating back to the reign of King Henry VIII in the 16th century. It had a face value of 2 shillings and sixpence, or 1/8 of a pound. The half-crown was a symbol of British stability, serving the economy and the people for several generations before being phased out in 1970 when the UK switched to a decimal currency system, but today, we're focusing on the specific 1960 version of the half-crown, minted in the final decade of its circulation. By this point, the half-crown had become a favorite among collectors due to its historical roots and elegant design. Now, let's take a moment to appreciate the artistry of the 1960 half-crown. The obverse side of the coin features a striking profile of Queen Elizabeth II, as she appeared in her younger years, just a few years into her reign. Her effigy is framed with the words, Elizabeth II de Gratia Regina FD, which translates to, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. On the reverse side, we have the United Kingdom's iconic coat of arms. This is where the coin truly shines, with its detailed representation of the royal shield divided into 4 quarters. 2 of the quarters display the lions of England, 1 displays the lion rampant of Scotland, and the other features the harp of Ireland. The intricate design captures the regal spirit of the British Isles, making it a visually stunning coin to hold and admire. As for its composition, the 1960 half-crown was made from cupronickel, an alloy of copper and nickel, unlike its earlier versions, which contained silver. The shift from silver to cupronickel occurred in 1947, reflecting the economic conditions post-World War II, when silver became more valuable. Though the half-crown may have been an everyday coin, the 1960 version was one of the last years before the coin was phased out. This, combined with its durable cupronickel composition, means that many of these coins have survived to the present day, but those in mint condition or with special features are where collectors find real value. So, what makes the 1960 half-crown especially appealing to collectors? While this coin was produced in significant numbers, finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is a different story. Many of these coins were heavily circulated, which means they tend to show signs of wear and tear. Coins that have been well preserved or stored in near-perfect condition over the decades are much rarer and therefore more valuable. For collectors, this is the key, finding a 1960 half-crown that has retained its original luster, with clear details on both sides of the coin. In addition to condition, certain variations or minting errors in this year's batch can also add to a coin's rarity and value. So, if you come across a 1960 half-crown that looks a little different from the norm, it's definitely worth having it appraised. If you're fortunate enough to have a 1960 half-crown in your collection or come across one at a flea market or antique shop, there are a few things you'll want to look for. First, examine the coin's overall condition. A coin that appears almost brand new, with little to no signs of wear, is considered to be in mint or uncirculated condition, which drastically increases its value. Next, pay close attention to any potential minting errors, such as a slight misalignment of the design or any doubling in the letters or numbers. These error coins are like hidden gems that can fetch a significantly higher price among collectors. Now, for the moment you've been waiting for, what is the 1960 UK half-crown worth today? If you have one of these coins in near-perfect or uncirculated condition, you could be looking at a value as high as $102,000. That's right, this seemingly simple British coin could be worth a small fortune. So, there you have it. The 1960 UK half-crown, rich in history, elegant in design, and potentially very valuable. If you enjoyed learning about this iconic coin and want to hear more about rare and valuable coins from around the world, be sure to like this video. In the last but not least, we'll explore the British classic, the United Kingdom 1-penny coin from the year 1961. You might be surprised at how much this seemingly humble coin has to offer, both in terms of history and potential value. So, whether you're a collector or just curious about rare coins, stick around because this 1961 penny could be worth more than you think. The 1-penny coin from 1961 is part of a long and fascinating British tradition that dates back centuries. By 1961, the penny had already seen many changes, but it remained an essential part of everyday life in the UK. This particular coin was minted during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, which makes it an interesting piece of history, especially since the Queen's long reign has spanned so many significant events and changes in British society. At this time, the UK was still using the pre-decimal currency system, where 240 pennies made up a pound. It wouldn't be until 1971 that the UK adopted the decimal system, making coins like the 1961 penny a relic of a bygone era in British currency. Let's take a moment to appreciate the design of the 1961 one-penny coin. On the obverse side, we see the iconic profile of Queen Elizabeth II, beautifully engraved in her early years on the throne. Surrounding the portrait are the words, Elizabeth II de Gratia Regina FD, which translates to, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. This inscription connects the coin to the long-standing British monarchy and its historical ties to the Church of England. On the reverse side, the coin features a detailed image of Britannia, the female personification of Britain, seated with a trident in one hand and a shield bearing the Union Jack in the other. Britannia had been a symbol on British coins for centuries, and her presence on the penny coin served as a reminder of the nation's imperial power and maritime strength. This design was crafted to evoke a sense of British pride and tradition. Even though this penny was a small part of everyday commerce, its design linked it to Britain's rich history and national identity. The 1961 one-penny coin was minted in large quantities at the Royal Mint, and like its predecessors, it was made of bronze, an alloy of copper, tin, and zinc. The penny weighed around 9.4 grams and measured 30.81 millimeters in diameter, making it a substantial coin compared to the smaller, lighter pennies of modern times. While this coin was widely circulated, it's important to remember that many coins from this era have worn down or been lost over time. Finding a 1961 penny in excellent condition can be a challenge, which is part of what makes these coins so interesting to collectors today. So, what makes the 1961 penny particularly desirable to collectors? For one, it's part of the pre-decimal system, which means it holds historical value as a relic from before the UK transitioned to the current decimal currency in 1971. Collectors often seek out coins from this era because they represent a piece of British monetary history that no longer exists in everyday circulation, but not all 1961 pennies are created equal. The key to a valuable coin is condition. Coins that have been well preserved over the decades, those with little to no wear, clear details, and a bright, unblemished surface, can fetch significantly higher prices than those that have seen extensive circulation. Another factor to consider is minting errors. Any slight mistakes during the minting process, such as a misaligned strike or doubling in the design, can create rare variations that collectors are willing to pay a premium for. If you come across a 1961 penny with any unusual characteristics, it's worth having it examined by an expert. If you have a 1961 penny in your possession, you'll want to carefully evaluate its condition to determine its value. Start by checking the obverse and reverse sides of the coin for any signs of wear, scratches, or damage. If the details of Queen Elizabeth II's portrait and Britannia's figure are still sharp and well defined, that's a good sign of a higher quality coin. Next, look for any unusual features, such as minting errors or variations in the design. These small details can make a big difference when it comes to the value of a coin. Even if your penny doesn't appear to have any visible errors, its historical significance and age alone can make it worth more than face value, especially if it's been kept in great condition. Now, let's talk about the market demand for the 1961 one-penny coin. Like many coins from this period, its value is determined by a combination of factors: rarity, condition, historical interest, and, of course, market demand. As more collectors become interested in building collections from the pre-decimal era, the demand for well-preserved examples of these coins continues to grow. It's worth noting that prices for the 1961 penny can vary widely, depending on the coin's condition and any special features it might have. Coins in average circulated condition may only be worth a few dollars, while those in pristine, uncirculated condition can command much higher prices. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for: what could a 1961 UK one-penny coin be worth today? If you happen to have a near-perfect, uncirculated version of this coin, you could be looking at a value of up to $98,000. That's right, A coin that once held such a modest value in everyday transactions could now be a small fortune for collectors. So there you have it, the 1961 UK 1 penny coin, an intriguing piece of British history that could hold much more value than you might expect. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins from around the world, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a future episode. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting!